federal government has filed a 5-count charge against human rights activist Omoyele Sowore alongside social media giants X, formerly Twitter, and Meta at the Federal High Court in Abuja. The case marked FHC/ABJ/CR/484/2015 stems from posts made by Sowore in August accusing President Bola Tinubu of corruption. According to court filings, the Department of State Services alleged that Sowore's post on X and Facebook described Tinubu as a criminal, branding the remarks as false, defamatory, and capable of inciting public disorder. The charges invoke provisions of the Cybercrimes Amendment Act 2024 and the Criminal Code Act. The charges include knowingly posting false information, defaming the president, and publishing content intended to cause public fear and disturbance. Both platforms, X and Meta, were joined as co-defendants in the suits for hosting the controversial post. Aibakos Power, what is your take on this?
First, I would say that as Nigerians, we have freedom of speech, but that does not give us the right to insult the person of the president, because the word used by Sowore was very unguided and was uncalled for. No, you're an activist, yes, but there are limits you don't go, because when you insult the president, when you call the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria a criminal, you are invariably calling all Nigerians criminals. And before this action was taken by the DSS, I think they wrote X, they wrote Meta, drawing the attention to the post made by Sowore on their platforms and all that. And they also wrote to Sowore, to bring down that very post, and he refused. He refused. And I think they have filed a case against him for defamation. He should go in for it. He should answer and tell Nigerians why he called the president a criminal and what the president have stolen before and all that.
All right, very well. Dr. Bassi, your take on this matter?
When this matter was trending a week or 2 weeks ago, I had my position, and my position still remains.
Okay.
That no matter what transpired, no matter what happened, whether it is by the hook or by the crook, Bola Ahmed Tinubu remains the president of Federal Republic of Nigeria. And for that reason, there are unguided statements that shouldn't be put out on platforms that can incite the public. Yes, Sowore as a person might have issues with the style of governance of Mr. President. Trying to look at the issue the way it is, why Nigeria is the way it is, and all of that. But that doesn't in any way, informing or give him the right to criminalize the office of the President of Federal Republic of Nigeria. The issue that I really want to, ask is that I was expecting the presidency to react on that statement. Why the DSS? Because is it because that there are security outfit that is in charge of internal security? Does that inform the actions that they have taken so far? If that be the case, it's okay. First, they approached the person that published that on this platform, talking about the X, to delete that publication. And he said nothing would make him to do that. And they approached the X as well. And the X was still standing by the rules that for them to do that, they will infringe on the right of their client or whatever. But now that this matter has officially been taken to court, fine. For me, it's a right step in the right direction. Why do I say so? Rather than both parties taking laws into their hand, they have taken the right.
Rather than both parties.
Because at the same time, if DSS now has, done otherwise, trying to find Sowore wherever he is, get him arrested, maybe inflicting some injuries on him in the process, remember. That could have been that, DSS, why do you take laws into your hands? You would have taken the right process of challenging this matter to court, for court to decide on it, than taking some action. Because first, they approached the person that published that on that platform to delete it. He refused. They also approached the platform which this information was published to delete it. They said, no, they can't do that. So for them to say, okay, let's go to the court. Fine, it's a step in the
point. The area I'm looking at is X. That is Facebook and also Instagram. Correct? Am I correct, Aiba? X is former Twitter, and they are linked.
We know that, yes.
The same X.
Because
the owner of X is also Meta, yes, and it's linked to Instagram.
Yes, Facebook
now,
as well.
Let's look at the activities of X, for example, via Instagram. They delete posts. They don't even seek your permission to delete your post, right? And not just do they delete posts, they shut down accounts
that violate their rules.
Their rules. They shut down accounts. They violate their rules. Even on Instagram, there are certain languages you don't use.
I'm aware of that.
So how come it was okay if they can shut down accounts because of languages that were used, and they can delete posts without even the permission of the owner of the post or the account, and a government is writing to you that they find this particular post offensive, derogatory to the person of the president, and also has the capacity to incite violence, and they say they are protecting. Make it make sense to me.
Yes, dear client. Okay. Now, on that, actually, that these platforms do delete a lot of publications that violate their rules. But to the issue of Sowore and his post, which defend the office and the person of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, they were asked by the DSS to delete it, and they said they don't have right to do that. And your question now is, why were they deleting other posts without even informing the person that did that?
That owns the post.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Now, how come this? See, when you look at some of the things that happen, it could have some undertone somewhere. And I also advise the DSS, while this matter is in court, there is nothing to stop them to still continue in their investigation. That can also unravel statements or things that are unknown to them connected to that statement or to that post. Because how come, just like what you are saying, that there are other posts you deleted without even letting those persons who posted that to know about it? And because you cited that
X has banned certain persons
not to even use the platform at all.
Use the platform, and it's public, even certain public figures.
So for me,
and persons in politics as well.
For me, analytically, it has an undertone that is yet to unravel. So the DSS have a duty. They should go beyond taking this matter to court. Carry out a deep and thorough investigation. Unravel the brain behind this. Because without which they will still believe that the case, because it will happen tomorrow. And this is a case that another person will capitalize tomorrow and said, you allowed this. Why this or why that? So DSS shouldn't just stop here taking this matter to court. Carry out an investigation. Like I did say, there's no court of law or there's no boundary in the Constitution that stop them, even when the matter is in court, that investigation should not be continuing. It should continue to unravel what might have given birth to what has happened so far.
All right, very well. Aiba, I want to look at another perspective of this particular matter with respect to selective justice in Nigeria. Now, when Dr. Bassi was speaking, he said that DSS was right to go to court because probably if they had arrested Sowore and you know what the outcome would be. Now, should we treat certain Nigerians as sacred cows, even when they are in violation of the law? While, I mean, if it were to be probably another person, let me use that word, a common Nigerian, an ordinary Nigerian, probably the person will be sitting in jail right now, and God knows when he or she will appear before court, and your guess is as good as mine. I will give you a simple example with that of Airpeace. When Kwam did what he did, you know, he was simply removed from, after everything that happened, he was banned for flying for 1 month. Then another lady who was even embarrassed in process of similar situation, they said they gave him a lifetime ban. In fact, it was NCAA that came out to say they are giving her a lifetime ban from flying. But in the case of Kwam, it was 1 month. Kwam did not enter jail. That young lady entered jail, and it took reaction from Nigerians for the right thing to be done. Right? So when we look at all this selective justice, sacred cow treatment, one would say, I'm trying to make this thing make sense to me. Is it because it's Sowore?
Laurentia, the truth is that if it was government in the past that Sowore has made this unguarded statement against the president, I don't think the DSS will be going this democratic and trying to bring him to his knees. I know what they will have done, but because we are having a president that respects the rights of his citizens, yes, you can say that because given the the level of crime that Sowore has committed, I think I don't want to guess the outcome of the courts, but I'm sure that this case is one of the cases that we actually teach Sowore some lessons, because if you don't do that, there are people that will come up tomorrow to even do more than what Sowore has done. And in this government, I don't think that they are selective in terms of dealing with individuals. What happened with that lady in Akwa Ibom? Was the Akwa Ibom airline? I think so.
Ibom Air.
Ibom Air. They are different things, because probably the organization that owns that airline were trying to save their face from the embarrassment and all that, so they took some actions that almost want the federal government to buy into it, but I think later they came to terms and it was settled. And that
because Nigerians reacted.
No, that of Kwame also, he came and apologized to Nigeria.
That was after Nigerians were now demanding, after this girl was taken to jail, Nigerians now started asking why Kwam was working free.
In the case of Sowore, I think the Meta, I think so, wrote to him, drawing his attention to the letter from the federal government to his post on their platform. And in that letter, I think they indirectly also were trying to tell him to try to caution and, if possible, to delete that post.
Now, since when did Meta start taking permission? This is what I want to understand.
See,
going by how they have been operating across their platforms.
Like
Dr. Bassi
said too, they have the right to protect their users. And mind you that these platforms are international platforms, and they are also political. Like he said, that there must be some undertones, which I believe that DSS will unravel it in due course. But in all, I think what Sowore has done is condemnable, and I love the steps that the federal government is taking so far for not being so harsh on him. I think there could be a reason why he made that post. Yes, he should come and tell the courts why he did that and where he has seen that the president.
Now, the thing is, probably he has certain evidences that we don't have.
You see, you asked a very valid question.
Yes.
Which, why some Nigerians are treated, some are given preference. When the issue of Cameroon, happened, people asked a lot of questions, which was begging for answers. And there was no right answers given to those questions. Instead, in fact, they gave him soft landing. When the issue of that girl at Ibom A, look at how which for me, constitutionally wrong.
Yes.
Why the girl was taken to prison for what? What offense? Even if the best thing for them to do was to hand over that girl to the police for investigation and whatever they want to do at the end of it. But you push the girl to prison and all of that. But the other man called Cameroon was given, in fact, presidency treatment. It was wrong. We are all Nigerians, for God's sake. So that shouldn't, attract negative reaction of Nigerians, because we are part and parcel of this country. So if the Constitution has given us right, that right should be holistic, not something that should be for one person, and when it happens to this person, everybody will close out. That is why I am directing or telling the DSS they should go to extra mile in investigating this matter. Just like I did say, they have right to carry that investigation even when this matter has gone to court, to unravel the reason behind this. Because how will you tell me that somebody has done this? Meta.
And the country where you are hosting, a country that has the right to ban your platform, ban you from hosting your platform in Nigeria.
On your earlier position and say this and that. So for me, something is fishy that we didn't know. So this should go further than that and unravel this and make Nigerians know what happened. Because we are all one, like I said. No matter how battered the Constitution regards me as a citizen, and every other person as citizens of this country. So the right thing should be done to all Nigerians, so that fairness we are talking about should end.
All right.